boy of late, what with releasing his new album, a new DVD, and appearing in West End musical smash Hairspray, it's Micheal Ball. When we come back, are you a fan of flowers? We'll be back soon. Welcome back to Monday's Loose Women. Still to come, here to tell all about his latest role on stage. It's the seriously multi-talented Micheal Ball. Final guest is one of Britain's leading musical theatrical stars. He's won critical acclaim over the last 20 years with his dynamic, award-winning lead performances in the West End and on Broadway. And as usual, he's been a busy boy recently with a new album, his latest role as housewife Edna Turnblatt in the award-winning musical Hairspray, and the release of his new DVD, One Voice, One Special Night.
If you will come back, baby, you know I'll never do wrong. Since you've been gone, since you've been gone, right on my head, can't take it. Could I be wrong? But since you've been gone, you cast a spell so breaking.
Welcome, Micheal Ball!
Thank you.
Problem with you is you're not doing enough.
No,
We've got the
no.
CD, we've got the DVD, we're on the stage.
I know, it's a really, it's been an amazing year. A really fantastic year. We started with a tour in March. I did a show at the ENO in the summer, recorded the album, and now I'm having the single best time of my life.
Are you?
Doing Hairspray.
Are you loving it?
Oh my God.
Everyone loves it.
I saw it 5 years ago when it first opened on Broadway. And it was, and I'm not saying this because I'm in it and I want people to come, although I do.
Yeah.
Obviously. But I have never been to a show where I felt so great coming out of it afterwards. I just went, this is the most perfect night in the theatre. And I love the show, but they'll never cast me in that part. And it's the best role ever, Edna Turnblatt. And 5 years later, and 5 stone or whatever it is, and they cast me.
Have you always wanted to be a woman?
Well, I think every man... No, I know exactly what you're saying. I think every man, at some point, is a bit curious about what it would be like to do all, you know, all the stuff that you do. And I get it. I really understand. Oh, God. Look at you all there, and your finder and your war paint and the hair being done and all of that.
So you'll never complain about how long a woman takes to get ready ever again?
Here's the other thing. Everyone's saying it must take you about 2 hours to get ready for it. Or 20 minutes.
Yeah.
20 minutes. I learned the and I do it myself.
I'm sorry, you're not that pretty.
Jackie, that's my job to
If I wasn't so secure in the fact, show the picture, I'm stunning. What are you talking about? I would. We were trying to work out how many pints it would be before.
You would.
There we are.
Look at her.
And you get to have a little snog as well, don't you?
With Mel.
With Mel, yeah.
Yeah, I had to have a real go at him, though. Because I've given up smoking. I gave up smoking in February, and I'm really conscious of
not because he keeps sticking his tongue in your mouth, then.
No, that's coming. He keeps threatening. Actually, when he was on tour with Griff, they used to end the show doing this like 2.5 minute snog, and he goes, "Oh, you know, it would really in your dreams." But he smokes cigars,
Ooh.
so every time I've had to go, "Not one of those in your mouth, Mel." And so it's all right
kiss him
now.
like properly though, just
What, with
like a
tongues?
little kiss on his
Yeah,
lips.
it's just a peck.
Oh,
he
right.
wants to obviously take it a bit further.
When you were originally
Who could blame him?
approached to have this role, were you delighted because you said you'd seen it earlier and sort of from a career point of view it was something you were dying to do? But did you sort of think, now why did they come to you when they wanted a big woman?
I actively went for it.
Did
I
you?
actively sorted out, yeah. I'm so used to being cast as the earlier on in my career as the juvenile lead, as the leading man, the hero, and all of that. And I love being funny, or trying to be funny, and I love the character roles. And I love a challenge, and there is no bigger challenge than being asked to be a Baltimore housewife and mother of one.
Did you sort of, to do any research in that? I mean, did you walk around, you know, the streets dressed up like that to see how
well,
people reacted to you?
Well, obviously, I've had a lot of experience of that anyway. I honestly thought it was going to be harder. The difficulty. The thing with Edna is she goes on this great journey. She starts as a munter, basically, this sort of housefrau, doesn't go out of the house, is agoraphobic, and because of her daughter being involved in a television show and making change in everyone's life, she blossoms into this caterpillar. So I eventually become, and this is where I understand about women, that you go from when you're wearing just a house coat and a pair of slippers and your hair down, and you've
seen Colleen.
Where do you think I did the research? No. But then she turns into this butterfly, and you know, I'm dancing around in 4-inch heels. And, you know, and the makeup is all right, and the hair looking lovely, and you feel the boobs help as well.
Are they? What are they? What are
chicken fillets.
Are they?
And there was a box you had to tick, with or without nipples. Nipples? I mean, please. Damn right.
Where do you get all the time to do all of this stuff? You've got CD, DVD, and you're doing 8 shows a week.
I was due to make an album. I wanted to. This is an album I've always wanted to make. I love Burt Bacharach, and it was that tie-in. I'm kind of in a '60s vibe, I suppose, at the moment, late '60s. You know, being in Hairspray, which is set in the '60s. Bacharach's music, although primarily from the '60s, is timeless. I think what he does. And what he's done is rewrite the next chapter of the American songbook. You know, those great songs.
What are some of his classic?
The Look of Love, Alfie, Anyone Who Had a Heart.
Walk On By.
I didn't do Walk On By.
Well, you're an idiot then.
I'll do it for you.
You should have told me.
I should have, love. That's foolish.
And the DVD, what's all that about?
There's a nice little bit on that as well. That was done on the tour, and we filmed it in... Hammersmith Apollo, and there's a lovely bit which I'm glad we kept in. There was this sweet girl who I was put up for hire for auction for children in need. And I said, if anyone
literally,
if someone pays, you know, have an auction, who pays the most, they can come.
How much did you go for?
£25,000.
Wow!
25 grand.
She got half the price.
She obviously got her friends and her family to all chip in. Came along, and it was the night we were filming.
And it's in there.
And we put it in for her. She's 15, singing from a duet from Les Mis, and she's gorgeous.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Thank
really
you so much for squeezing us into your schedule.
Come and see Hairspray.
That's it from us for today, but more of the same tomorrow when we'll be joined by everyone's favourite camp comic, Julian Clary and Robert Bathurst. We'll see you then.